We had dolomite limestone by the carloads, and we worked mainly off the railroad track. The railroad track was a big item back then. Some days we'd have 9 boxcars on the railroad track, and we would try to unload and put it through the mixer and use it, and then what we didn't use we would run through the mixer and bag it and stack it in the storage room here. But the farmers had to take soil samples back then, get it over to experiment station and bring back, and we would custom mix whatever they needed. But that's the way we stayed in business, was doing custom mix fertilizer for all the different farms, because everybody couldn't use the same analysis. We had one man here that his job was only to dump into the hopper. And where this piece of metal is to cover that, we had all this ingredient set up around here the right amount. Dumped it into the hopper. It went up into the hopper, and it mixed up in the hopper for something like 30 or 40 minutes before we would draw it out. And this hopper is 3 stories high, and it has the capacity of about 2 tons. And when you draw it out, it's in 100-pound bags, and it's in burlap bags, and sewed on the sewing machine. And you can cut that string on the sewing machine where you could unravel it without any problem and save the bags and bring them back. I remember these 2x4s used to be really smooth from the cottonseed meal on people's hands, sliding them up here. That was about as slick as you wanted to find. And this is probably, I would say, probably a 50-horse electrical motor. And this is your mixing deal here. You mixed here. And we could go up one more step and see what it looks like. And it would come into this hopper. And this is the one that the man below down there draws the fertilizer out of, right here. It goes right down this chute here to where it gets on the track. So let's take another step up a little higher and see what it looks like there. Okay, this is some of the mixing hopper here. This is where it comes in and mix. And all this weight on that thing is to keep that from vibrating and turning back in. A lot of belts and wheels up here. But this is the top story, and this is where you mix it and all that stuff goes around. That was quite a machine back in its day, but it's kind of out of date now, but it was quite an improvement over what we had at the time. You turn the thing on that right here, turn the whole outfit on. Big switch box, yeah. Pull it over to get it started, and then throw it on the other side to keep it running. It had a starting gear in it, you know, because that's a lot of belts and wheels up there we just looked at, and it's pretty heavy stuff. So you had to have that to get it started, and then put it back like shifting gears. When you get it ready to bag up, there's one man standing here to catch the fertilizer when it comes off the track. But the one fella stands up here, the main man. He drops this in 100-pound bags right here. He has this deal here. This clamps the bag on right here. This thing is probably froze up by now, but anyway, this used to clamp the bag, and you catch a 100-pound bag in there and you weigh it, goes down, to the man sowing. This man sows right here, and all this, and then goes right on. And the fella up here that can drop it, he could drop it 2 foot apart. I mean, he was really good. This fella sowed it, went up this conveyor belt, dropped there, 5 bags, you get 500 pounds, go out to that door, put it on a truck, and stack it, and the truck hold 100 pounds, 100 sacks. And we had 4 trucks, so they were busy all the time. We were carrying this fertilizer to the farmers' barns and stacking it in the barns in the off season, so it would be ready when they got ready for it.